यदायुः शतमिन्न शरदो अन्तिदेवाय त्राणशक्राजरसं तनूनां मा पुत्रासो यत्र पितरोः भवन्ति मानो मध्यारेरिखतारिगन्तोः। माताजी आ जाओ, आगे आ जाओ। ओम अध्याभ्यासपूजनं नास्तयोर्घ्यं समर्पयामि पादं समर्पयामि पादप्रक्षाल्यः। ओम पादप्रक्षाल्य हरिः ओम श्री विष्णवे नमः। हस्तप्रक्षालं पादप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि। यजमान हस्त प्रक्षालनम यजमान का हाथ धुला दीजिए। हरि ओम। यजमान हस्त प्रक्षालन श्री चंद्रम तिलकम समर्पयामि। हरि ओम। नमो सुरंताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाशिहोरुहावे सहस्रनाम्नि पुरुषाय शाश्वते सहस्रकोटि युगधारिणे नमः। चंद्रम तिलकम समर्पयामि। जय। ओम चंद्रम तिलकम समर्पयामि। माला है गोविंद जी नीचे माला तो पहले। ओम पुष्पमाले प्रधापयामि माल्यादिनी सुगंधिनी मलतादिनी मे प्रभो पुष्पाणि पूजाथं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। आरातिकं समर्पयामि। आरती दो ना। ओम आरातिकं समर्पयामि। हरि ओम। महाजनमा मनसो जात चक्षुषो सुरुजो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायश प्राणश मुखात् अग्निरजायतः। आरातिकं समर्पयामि। आरतिकान्त्यात्यः। ओम आराधिकं समर्पयामि। चंद्रमा मनसो जात चक्षुषो सुरुजो अजायत श्रोत्राद्वायश प्राणसमुखात् अग्निरजायतः। यजमानमस्तके चंद्रं समर्पयामि। आदित्यवसो रुद्रा सर्वदेवाश्रितगा तिलकं दे प्रचुदन्तु धर्मकामार्थसिद्धये। ओम अद्य हिरण्यवर्णां दक्षिणादानं समर्पयामि। माताजी कम स्टे। ओम अद्य हिरण्यवर्णां दक्षिणादानं समर्पयामि। हिरण्यवर्णां हरिणीं सुवर्णां प्रजजां चन्द्रां लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः। अद्य हिरण्यवर्णां दक्षिणादानं समर्पयामि। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओं। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ओम महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्। अद्य हिरण्यवर्णां दक्षिणादानं समर्पयामि। बोली व्यासी महाराज की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय। राजा रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। नाउ वी हैव आरती, व्यासी का आरती। आप लोग भी आगे आ सकते हैं। ऑल डिवोटीज ज्वाइन इन आरती। धन्यवाद।
वर्णानामरत संज्ञानां रसानाम चंद्र सामपि मंगलानां सकरितारो वन्दे वाणी विनायको वन्दे वाणी विनायक। आरती श्री रामायण जी कीर्ति आरती श्री रामायण जी कीर्ति कलित आरती श्री रामायण गावत ब्रह्मा मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद सुख संकादि शेष राम बोलो श्री राम श्री राम श्री सीतापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। सभी लोग आसन लीजिए। Let us all please clasp our hands and close our eyes and bow our heads as we offer obeisance. Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasarupino Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Swantasthamishwaram Vande Bodhamayam Nityam Gurur Shankararupinam Yamasrito hi Vakro api Chandraha sarvatra vanjate Sita Rama Gunagrama Punyaran Viharino Vande Vishuddhya Vigyana Kapishwara Kavishwaro Kavishwara Kapishwaro Sri Ram Bolo Sri Ram Sri अतुलित बलदाम हेम शैलावदेहं दनुजवन कृशानु ज्ञानी नामाग्रगण्यं सकल गुण निधानं वानराणामधीशम् रघुपति प्रिय भक्तं वात जातं नमामि वात जातं नमामि वन्दे देवमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं विगदनं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवैनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजनार्षयं च वरदनं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम् ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्चा जगतां जगत् तेन त्याक्तेन भुञ्जित मा विद कस्य स्वीदनम् श्रीकृष्णाय वासुदेवाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। प्रेम से कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Keyboard is on this monitor. I wanted to lower that. Just lower that. Let me take this opportunity in the name of the Divine Lord, Prabhu Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan, and all of those hard-working people in the Ram Mandir who has worked tirelessly over the last 20 days to make this Yagna a reality. Today is the final day of this Yagna. 21 days of austerities. Now, we go on 7 days boat cruise, we go on 14 days boat cruise, and we even have 21-day boat cruise. We had invited everyone to join us for a 21-day boat cruise. And in this boat cruise, we cast off from the shores of our own state of life into the realm of the purity state of life, into the ocean of devotion. In this boat that we are traveling in, there are many levels. There is the lower deck, the middle deck, the upper deck, and then the captain's cabins. All the passengers on the boat pays different prices to get on this boat, but nevertheless, they're all in the same boat. And they're in the same ocean, and wherever that boat stops, regardless if they are paying captain's cabin or lower deck fee, they all get off at the same port. That is life. We are all in the same boat, in the same ocean of this world, but we all have a different price tag based upon our Purub Janam ka karma, our previous birth's action, and our current life activities. The boat stops only at the same place, and every man gets off at the same journey, and the ocean is the same for all of us. Today, as we come to the conclusion of this yatra, this journey into the ocean of devotion, I want to summarize in three specific parts. We will talk briefly about what are the challenges we face in the world as human beings, and why do we face these challenges? And secondly, what can we do to overcome these challenges? So what are the challenges we face in the world, and why do we have these challenges? And then how do we overcome these challenges? What is the cure to overcome the challenges? And then lastly, we shall expound upon the cure to understand, well, okay, how do you apply this cure? So first, the problem or the symptom or the cause of the symptom and the problem, the cure for the problem, and how do you make the cure work? Now one will say, why is it I have 3 stages? You know you're not feeling good? That's the problem. You go to the doctor, he does some tests and he says, I understand what is your issue. And he makes a prescription. That's the solution. But so far, the problem isn't cured yet, right? What's left to be done? The doctor tells you what's wrong. He's made the prescription, he's given you, and you got the medicine. What's left to be done? Anybody? Talk to me. To drink the medicine. Now there lies the problem. We all know what our problems are. We know how we can cure it. We have the medicine in our hands, but to take it is the problem. The consuming of the medicine without which we cannot be healed is what we will talk about tonight. Prem so Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. As I said, 3 parts. But before I commence, I would like to ask our Kirtan Mandali if they could do for us one simple tune that everyone can sing along. And I am feeling terribly hot. Is it the same way for everybody? Ram, Govindji? No, not that. Baba, it printed down to 60, 68 or something like that. Good, okay. That's good. All of them should be the same. It is very hot outside. It's 30 degrees centigrade. So, what's that in Fahrenheit? It's hot.
नंदलाला
भज राधे गोविंद गोपाला भज राधे गोविंद नंदलाला
भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद नंदलाला भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद नंदलाला भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला 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 भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद नंदलाला भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद नंदलाला भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद नंदलाला भज राधे गोविंद गोपाला भज राधे गोविंद
नंदलाला
भजो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो मुरली मनोहर
नंदलाला
भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद गोपाला भजो राधे गोविंद नंदलाला
भज राधे गोविंद गोपाला भज राधे गोविंद नंदलाला
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे
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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे राधे
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे
राधे श्याम 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 राधे राधे
राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे
राधे श्याम 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 राधे राधे
राधे श्याम श्याम राधे राधे
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे
राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे राधे
राधे श्याम 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 राधे राधे
राधे श्याम Nanda Bhagavan ki jai. In making the 3 points that I've talked about, that is, what are the challenges we have in life? What is the solution to the challenges and how we apply the solution? I will present in 3 different formats. The first, identifying what the problem is, will be done through bhajan and kirtanam. For in these bhajans and kirtan lies the greatest philosophy, beautifully embedded in poetic terms. And we need to glean from each verse the message of the poet. And all of the great poets, think of someone writing poetry, how much time and how much thought is put into it, for they want to express a specific theme. So from these great poems, we shall extract the essence of what was identified to be our challenge, not only today, but since the beginning of human existence. The challenges have always been the same. In the first one, we are told that we live in this world and we must understand that there is a purpose for this life. And do not wait until the end of this life to realize what the purpose of life is. This bhajan tells us and reminds us that we must not wait for the end to realize this. Meli chadar ओढ़े कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आऊं हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरी मन ही मन शर्माऊं मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे
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 द्वार तुम्हारे हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे हे पावन
परमेश्वर मेरे
मन ही मन शर्माऊं
मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे
अभी तक क्या है? मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे? चादर क्या मतलब है? चादर, sheet. Like that white sheet on the ground. The poet is relating our life to a sheet. And the scenario is this, that the person is looking upon their life at the end and reflecting upon what their life has been. And they're looking at their sheet, that their life's record is on the sheet. And they're saying, look at my sheet, how stained it is. मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आऊं. And now, O Lord, I'm coming to your door. Hey Pavan, O most purifying Lord. Hey Pavan, Parameshwar Meri, Supreme Lord. Man hi man sharmahu. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed in my mind. There is such shame because when I look at my sheet, I do not feel proud of the way I've lived. तूने मुझको जग में भेजा निर्मल देह करता, आकर के संसार में मैंने इसको दाग लगा। जन्म जन्म की मैली चादर कैसे दाग किया,
मेरी चादर मोर के कैसे, मेरी चादर मोर के कैसे, मारे तुम्हारे आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्मा, मेरी चादर मोर के कैसे,
मेरी चादर मोर के कैसे। The poet continues, तूने मुझको जग में भेजा निर्मल देह. When you sent me into this world, O Lord, you gave me a pure human form. आकर के संसार में मैंने, as I come into this world, इसको दाग लगाया. From the time I arrive in this world, this beautiful form and all of its attributes becomes a victim of all that is around me. Janam janam ki मैली चादर. Oh Lord, this body, this soul, this activity has been tainted so much by all that is around me. It will take not one lifetime but many lifetimes for me to have a clean sheet again. So thus the challenge is, as I said, the first is the challenge. The challenge that we are coming into the world that has impurity, but we are pure. Now, it is said that if you are going to go into a contaminated area that may have germs, if you go to the hospital, for instance, and you're visiting a patient, and it is identified that the patient's illness is contagious, they will not say you cannot visit the patient. They are saying, if you're going to visit this patient, make sure that you become sterile. You must cover up with the gauze, wear the robe, wear gloves, and all of that, and you can still do what you have to do. As such, you are now in a contaminated area, but you can still stay uncontaminated by wearing the protective gear of the gauze, the robe, and gloves. When we come into the world is contaminated. There is evil in the world. There is anger, animosity, evil, atrocities, inhumanity. All of these things exist in this world. But we must wear the gauze of innocence, the gloves of purity, and the robe of forgivingness. When we are so endowed with these instruments, we can walk into any sick world and still be healthy. He goes on to tell us, Nirmal Vani पाकर तुझसे नाम न तेरा गाया, नैन मुक्त कर के परमेश्वर कभी न तुझको ध्याया, मन विना की तारी झूठी अब क्या गीत सुना,
मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे,
मार तुम्हारे
हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्मा, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे,
निर्मल वाणी पाकर तुझसे नाम ना तेरा गाया. Oh God, when you sent me into this world with this pure form, you complemented this pure form with Nirmala Vani, a pure voice. But yet when I lived in this world, Naam na tera gaya, calling your name is a very difficult thing. I can yell and I can scream, I can jump for joy, I can say a million words, but when it comes to singing your praise with this pure voice, it's very difficult. These eyes that you've given me, O Lord, I will use them to look at everything that is essentially beautiful, to fulfill all of my desires, but to use them to see you here, there and everywhere, O Lord, never seems to be reality. This man vina ki tari tuti, ab kya geet sunao. He says, when I had a beautiful voice, and I have these beautiful eyes and all of these things, I did not use them to worship and recognize you. Now when I am old, when the instrument of my mind is broken and withered, what kind of songs can I sing to you, my Lord? For in my youth, I had no time for you. So again, what is the challenge of the world? In our youthful age, even parents say, oh, let them go. They don't have to do that now. They will go to mandir later. They will do this later. They have to do other things. We put aside the things that are important, and then we said, what did we do? Where did we go wrong? So the challenge is there. So we create the challenges. We create the environments in our lives, knowing fully that we live in a world that is impure, that has all the challenges, but yet we do not fortify ourselves like going to the hospital and seeing the sign saying, contagious disease, and walking in boldly and not taking the risk of becoming contagious, infected. If we walk in boldly in the world without having the protection of this praising God and seeing God here and there and having that deep down feeling that God is everything, then we are taking the risk of exposure to becoming a victim of all the illnesses of the world. He goes on to tell us, इन पैरों से चल कर तेरे मंदिर कभी ना आया, जहाँ जाओ पूजा तेरी कभी नहीं झुकाया, हे हरि हर में हार के आया, अब क्या हाल
मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माओ, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे, मेरी चादर ओढ़ के कैसे।
इन पैरों से चलकर तेरे मंदिर कभी ना आया. These legs that you have given me, O Lord, I use them to go wherever, hither, thither. They are full of energy and vitality on Monday morning to go to work, Monday evening to go to dance practice, Tuesday to go to work, Tuesday evening to go out for dinner, Wednesday to go to work, Wednesday evening to go to the park for a walk, Thursday to go to work, and Thursday evening to hang out with the gang and the family, Friday to go to work and come home again. Friday is rest day, going to movie. Saturday is theater, social days, park day. Sunday comes, I work too hard, I'm too tired. Mandir kabhi na aaya. Of course, I'm not talking to you, you're here. It is the other people I'm talking about. जहाँ जहाँ हो पूजा तेरी, कभी न शीश झुकाया. And from time to time, oh Lord, I may be blessed to go to your place of worship. But when I get there, I do not understand the true value of bowing humbly in your presence. This head that you've given me, I use it for all things, but when it comes to showing humility in your grace, I have a problem. I'm wondering who's looking. I'm wondering, how should I bow? Why should I bow? I have all of these questions. And yet, you have given me this head. Hey Harihar mein haar ke aaya, ab kya haar charao. Oh Lord, now that I'm panting for my last breath, what can I offer you? Even this which you have given me, I cannot give back to you because I've tainted and tarnished it so much that is no value to me or to anyone else. So this is the challenge of life. That we have everything that we need, and as the children would say, we screw it up. And as the grown-ups would say, we screwed it up. Now that's a term that may sound derogatory. We didn't put it in the right perspective. We didn't apply it in the right way. But we had everything we needed. We are given everything when we come into this world. You know, Kabir Das कहते हैं, कबीरा 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 जब हम पैदा हुए जग हंसे हम रोए ऐसी करनी कर चलो हम हंसे जग रोए। कबीरदास कहते हैं, when a child is born, I've never been there, but I've asked mothers and I've read that when the child takes a first breath, the child doesn't cry, the child screams. It's not a cry, it's a scream. Our philosopher says that at that time, this Atma that has just arrived in this materialistic world is given a quick glance of what this world is. And right away he says, no! And then the Lord appears. And Bhagavan says, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Remember, you're screaming when you came in. Aisi karani, kare chalo, ham hase jagiroy. He says you have to live in this world in such a way that when you're leaving, you'll be smiling and the rest of the world will be screaming or in tears. So our karani, the way we live, the bhajan is talking about that if I've looked at my life and I've seen this sheet that is so tarnished, then I have not lived my life well. So here is the problem. I've not lived my life well. What is the cause? It's somebody else's fault. You know, my mother and father didn't treat me well. My brothers didn't give me an opportunity. My teacher didn't like me. My boss, of course, never gave me a raise. My friends never gave me a chance. Pandit Sharma never gave me any opportunities. And you name it. We will find 100 million reasons for identifying why our sheet is tarnished, except to say, I am responsible. To make that declaration, I am responsible, is the first step towards recovery. But we have a problem. To make this step towards recovery, there is this mountain that we have to climb. What is the mountain that we have to climb? मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान
मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे झूठी तेरी शान रे मत कर तू अभिमान
तेरे जैसे लाखों आए तेरे जैसे
लाखों आए
लाखों इस माटी में गाए, लाखों
इस माटी में गाए,
रहा न नाम निशान रे बंदे,
मत कर तू अभिमान रे बंदे, झूठी तेरी शान रे,
मत कर तू अभिमान. The mountain that we all have to climb, the mountain of Abhiman. We know what's wrong, we know what we must do, but our pride is holding us back. Our pride stands tall in front of us. I am not going to do that. I don't have to do that. Who's God? Why do I have to? You do it. I don't need to. Every possible reason, and our pride is saying, hey, I'm in control. Ye hai Abhiman. This Abhiman, unfortunately, we all have it. Some of us have learned to cut this mountain down to size. Some of us have found ways to run around the side of the mountain. Some of us have hit the mountain head on. Some of us says, I'm dead, this mountain is too big to climb. Only you and I know which category we belong to. But our poet says, our objective is to overcome this mountain, climb it, cut it down, weed it away, make it into a nice grassy field that you walked upon gently and feel beneath your feet the beauty of the nature of green grass, of simplicity, a green grass of humility. But when you have the mountain of Abhiman, you're walking on rocks constantly. And the sun is burning every day, and there's no green grass in the way, and there's thirst on the way, all the way. For Abhiman stresses us. It stretches us to our limits that we don't need to be stretched. So Sant Goswami Tulsidas, all of the great writers of the world, all the great poets says, Mat kare tu Abhiman. Do not practice this thing called Abhiman. It is a false state of human existence. He gave this analogy. Tere jaise lakho aaye, lakho is mati ne kaaye. He says, you know, thousands have come before you and I, and thousands have gone. Those who live in this world with Abhiman, it's a very harsh statement the poet makes. He says, those who live in this world with Abhiman, when they depart, people who knew them want to erase their names from their minds. God, I'm glad they're gone. Rahana naam nishan re bande. Erase their names from my mind, O Lord. For their Abhiman was so overwhelming, it's good that they're gone. You know, I'm always reminded of this little analogy. I hope no one takes it personal. There was this family that lived in this little village, and this fellow passed away. And the wife cried like everybody else, and children were a little bit saddened. And the day of the funeral, they are taking him on the dolly. They are carrying him on their head, and they're walking out of the house. As they're walking out of the house, in the veranda or the patio of the house, is that the right word? The foyer of the house, there is a post. And one of the pallbearers slipped, and they hit this post, and the man fell down, and lo and behold, he woke up. And the wife says, oh my God! Now, no one understood why she said, oh my God. She said, oh my God, and she screamed. The man got up and walked, and he was alive for some time. And he lived for a couple more years. Then lo and behold, he died again. Well, they're going through the same process. As they were walking through the door, the wife cautioned all the pallbearers, please don't let him hit that post again. You want me to repeat this? Prem Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai. Now, I want you to know that we could tell that story in reverse, where the husband said the same thing. And the person who fell down was not a man, but a woman. Because Abhiman has no borders. It starts out from young age. It has no limits of where it can infest. If we allow it, it will infest from the beginning, and it grows like wild crabgrass that we have in your lawn. You know, if you have a lawn here in Toronto, you can't use that pesticide anymore to kill them. And you see these little flowery things, and they have white flowers. They look pretty. If you allow one set of it to grow for 1 week, within 1 month, the entire lawn will be having these white pretty flowers, but no grass. That's Abhiman. It festers in anything at any time. No age is limited. Doesn't matter how old we are, Abhiman stays with us. We have to discard it. The poet goes on to tell us, Jyoti Maya, Jyoti Maya, Jyoti Maya, Jyoti Maya, wo tera jo Hari Gun Gaya, wo tera jo Hari Gun Gaya, जप ले हरि का नाम दे बंदे मत कर तू अभिमान, मत कर तू अभिमान. O mankind, understanding that this world is false, Jyoti teri shaan re, then why is it that you are becoming a victim of this abhiman? The one thing that is genuine in this world that you must attach yourself to, that will help you to overcome your abhiman, is Jap le Hari ka naam re bande, is to take the name of God. For that is the strongest cure there is. Now someone said, Panditji, you mean in order for me to get rid of my ego, all I have to do is pray to God? But I pray every day. Yeah. And I pray twice a day. I do puja once a year. I go to mandir. Isn't that enough prayers to get rid of my abhiman? Well, let me ask, is that enough prayers? How much prayers do we need to get rid of our abhiman? 1 year, 1 month, 1 day, every day, 5 times a day? What is the prescription for getting rid of abhiman if prayers is the remedy? How many doses? You shake it 3 times, you drink it 4 times, or you shake it 2 times and drink it 3 times? Which one is it? You know, someone asked me once, Panditji, as Hindus, how often are we supposed to pray? I said, well, that's a very good question. What do you think? I said, well, I don't know, Panditji. You are the Pandit, you should tell me. So I said, look, I'll tell you what. You should pray very early in the morning. He says, what time? I said, about 5:30. At that time in the morning, Pandit, I'm sleeping.